Please tell us about this op-ed where you're calling for Police Superintendent Brown that it's time for him to go.
Yeah, well, clearly he's out of his league, and his leadership team have really demonstrated their incompetence really quickly. They abandoned interim superintendent's Beck's strategy of prioritizing beat integrity. That means pushing all the resources down to the local police beats so that there were police on every beat. The police had beats that were covered. People saw the officers, got to know the officers, vice versa. He early on decimated the area support teams. He's only now restoring them. He failed to have a plan to fill these police vacancies. In fact, they're down to they're claiming that they're gonna hire more detectives, but we have 1/6 the number of detectives that New York has, and we had 800 murders last year, not counting the murders on the interstate. That the police don't claim, by the way. They leave that to the state, I think, to investigate. Not that they play no role in those investigations, but when they count murders, they count just city murders. But we have what? I think the Sun-Times reported there were 187 detectives working 800 new murders, not counting the thousands of murders that have remained uncleared over the last 5 years. They've only cleared 30% of the murder cases since 2017, and half the murders cleared last year didn't even result in arrests. They were just clearing the cases because maybe they couldn't find the witness, or someone died, or for that matter, they didn't have enough evidence. So they're claiming that they're closing these murder cases, and half the murder cases that they closed do not even result in arrest. So there's clearly been complete incompetency when it comes to strategy and when it comes to managing personnel. And let me point out that their failure to have an effective strategy, their failure to slow the exodus of police officers that are leaving in record numbers, and to have a strategy to replace those officers means the remaining officers have to work more time. So these remaining officers find themselves consistently on 12-hour workdays and arbitrarily having their vacation days and their off days arbitrarily canceled. And this puts tremendous stress not only on the officers but on their families. So it's time for Brown and his leadership team to go, and it's time for the police department to adopt a policy of only promoting people into leadership positions and into these exempt positions like sergeants, etc., who have earned the right to be promoted. That means they have the time and grade. It means they have training. That means they have the record. That means they have the experience. But in the police department, the high command, it's the friends and family promotion system. It's giving preferential treatment to people who are friends of people in senior positions. And it undermines morale. So if it's important to select a new leadership team and to adopt a policy of promoting people into leadership positions that have earned the right to be there. That's the only way that you're going to restore the morale in the police department.